Yeah, so
for a
role play
very
with me
short.
real cool. Let's just go through it real quick.
Okay, let's do
So
it. Let's do it.
I've thrown the range, and now what is that you're saying as a prospect?
Okay. Yeah, I think that can work for me.
How do you mean?
I think I can definitely I can gather the kind of funds I think I can make sure that
It's
happens.
just and again, like we're not even sure at this stage. I'm just trying to see where you're getting started with, because everybody starts at different levels, just so that I can point you in the right direction. If you would have told me, Justin, yo, I don't have 1 or 2K to even consider putting into mentoring, then I would just point you in a totally different direction. I have someone who would say, no, I've been saving and I'm ready to invest. If the right opportunity comes, I have some couple $1,000 that I can put in towards my vision.
Gotcha. So beautiful. And from that point, they will kind of clarify for themselves. Oh,
Yeah.
I am this person, or I'm not this person.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
If they
beautiful.
go,
All right, thanks.
yeah, I just do $1,000. I mean, I can put it, but I'm not gonna, I don't know. And then you just kind of like chime in and say, hey, dude, we will still want the lights to be on. There's food on the table. So if $1,000 is gonna put you on the edge of living under a bridge, no worries, man. That's fine. We'll just point you in a totally different direction. I'll still help you. And then no, it's just not. I'm not gonna be under a bridge, but it's like they will clarify for you.
All right, sounds good. All right, thanks, man.
You got
I
it.
think that the very last stage there for that final qualifier, if they're uncertain on the second.
But don't go for the truth. If they say, yeah, I don't know, I will see. Don't go, okay, let's book you in. No, just do what you're supposed to do. Is what's available. What do you have available if the opportunity presents itself? I'm not saying it's us. I'm just trying to point you in the right direction. Maybe we cannot help you. Maybe you're in a situation where you cannot even put towards your future $500. No worries. Like, I'll still give you some references. Has nothing to do with me. Just still go for the truth. And it's gonna be uncomfortable. That's what leadership requires. And it might have nothing to do with you. It's just all their beliefs around money and what they do believe about money. So you still need to have that oak tree energy. Yeah, no worries. Like, and you can say, hey, this is not the first time someone tells me I cannot invest not even $500. That's what I do all day. I'm just trying to point you in the right direction. And let's just jump right in. The topic of today's session is going to be cut the bullshit. Somebody say cut the bullshit in the chat. Okay, that's what we're going to cover in the first section of this training. What do I mean by cut the bullshit? What I mean by that is it's not in a derogatory way, okay? But it's for us to all be aware that we are not here to have surface level conversations. That's what we are not here for, okay? We are not here to be sold on their limiting beliefs. They have already done that for quite a lot of times into their entire circle, okay? So what we are here for is to get the truth, to get the reality of what's really going on and what they really want, and what's really, keeping them from where they are, keeping them from achieving their goals, the truths. Let me elaborate on this, okay? This was just the headline. So we are not going to buy into their BS on problem awareness, that things are okay, things are fine. I just want to make more money. They do this with things are fine. I just want to make more money. All right. Yeah, that makes sense. When you say, yeah, that makes sense, you are incentivizing a surface level conversation. Okay. BS on solution awareness. Yeah, just traveling. I would just travel a little bit. I think I will buy a house. When you just go into the cost of inaction or the consequence. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, nothing would really be catastrophic or negative consequence. Where everything will stay the same. We'll just try to make the most out of what I have. BS. Completely BS. If you buy into that shit, you're not adding value to the life. You are useless. Like, you're completely useless. You're just another person that you spoke with. You will be forgotten forever. They won't remember your name. Temp check, the same. You do the temp check. Yeah, it sounds good. Yeah, definitely. And you're like, great, let's go. Meh, right? and especially BS. And you guys know what I'm talking about. And you, Tom, if you're watching the recording, you know what I'm talking about. BS in objection handling. When they sell you on the limitation that times is difficult. You know, it's just like I'm going through a lot. So yeah, if I'm not 100% in, I might as well just, you know, save up. And once I have all the money, then I will do it. You know, yeah. It's turbulence times right now. It's quite a difficult transition. I'm moving right now. So yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. You're adding zero value. You're being no one. You're just literally that conversation. You remove that conversation from the brain and you put the conversation in, is the same outcome. Does that make sense? So I want you to remind this and have this in your brain, because someone once had that conversation with me when I was just tolerating surface level conversations. And that person told me, I just want you to know, Paulo, that when you are in a call, I want you to remember that I'm here telling you, if you just allow this to keep going on, you're going to be useful. You're not going to add any value to your life. So at least do something. At least do something. Yes, you're going to make mistakes. Yes, you're going to fuck it up. The words are not going to come out of your mouth, but at least I want you to see that intention of holding them to the standards required. At least that. And then we will improve as we go. Okay, don't allow that voice in your head, I'm not ready yet. I don't know how to hold this person to the standards. So therefore, I'm just going to allow this to be a nice conversation. Isn't it? Yeah, we had a nice conversation once, you know, that guy with, you know, with a nice cap or whatever, you know. So that's why I title the topic, Cut the Bullshit. So I'm going to keep expanding. If you have any questions, chime in, okay? So and I just put here some statements, you know, when we're in solution awareness, it was like, what would be your goal? Yeah, man, I guess 6 or 7K maybe. Yeah. A lot of you are saying right now, yeah, that's a great goal, blah, 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 blah. You're just not seeing what's going on. And what I'm seeing is uncertainty, a fuck ton of uncertainty. Yeah, maybe I want to be a millionaire, you know. What can I do with that? Nothing. There's nothing there that I can do with that, right? How do you mean maybe? I mean, it's your goal. That's what I see. Or I'm just putting examples here. And guys, like, please don't get this the wrong way. It's just that I'm too passionate about what I'm talking. Sometimes it sounds that I'm angry or something. Like, no, dude, like, I'm cool. It's just that these things, man, is and when I'm on a call, one of the things that I had to deal with my own self is like controlling that, you know, and just not, because otherwise I'm gonna come out condescending. So how do I counteract that? With compassion? Paulo, compassion. This guy, he doesn't know what he's saying. Believe in his higher version. Believe in that version. You're talking to that version. You know, to maintain the oak tree energy, right? Solution awareness. Yeah, you know, making more money, having a better lifestyle, traveling, maybe. Bullshit. That's not a good answer, because first of all, they're not even owning it. Does that make sense? So my face is like, I don't understand. How do you mean traveling? Maybe. What do you really want to do? Like, picture the scene. You're making $5,000 per month. You left your job. You don't have to rely on 9 to 5. What will you do with that kind of money? Yeah. Like I said, you know, just having a better lifestyle, just being able to afford better things. What things? Yeah, I don't know. A car, maybe. How do you mean? I'm like, it's your goal. Do you? And I might even say, do you know what you want? What is the type of life that you want to create? You know, and from a curious standpoint, I'm curious. You see how I'm not accepting this BS answer, right? Another example. Let's just go another section on the call. What happens if you don't do anything about, you know, this situation? Everything stays the same. You just keep working there, you know, as a mechanic, and nothing changes. What happens then? well, nothing changes, nothing changes. I would just still be working here, and I would just try to make the most out of it. But how do you mean? Yeah, it's just, I will just do my best. I will just keep going. Got it. But in terms of, negative consequences, negative ramifications, is settling for this kind of life, that you've been experiencing for the last 4 years is still an option? No. Why not? No, because I want to do more. I know I can do more. Okay, but what happens if nothing changes? Yeah, nothing really. I would just keep going, right? Let's say I just try to share a little bit and show vulnerability so that they can open up, right? That's a tactic that we use. Yeah, I'll put you an example. Like for me, John, it was the biggest thing for me that I was running away from was regret, because all I know is I want to lay my deathbed looking back to everything and make sure that, I can say I just did everything I could. There's not a single drop of regret. That was like a huge driver for me. And then they just go, yeah. Oh yeah, regret. That's a good one. Yeah, regret will be one for me. Right? And then you just go, okay, and then you just move on. No. It's like, what in the world? Okay, what else? What else will be a catastrophic consequence? And if they say there wouldn't be any catastrophic consequence, you have to what? You have to challenge them with compassion. Well, if there is no catastrophic consequences, Trey, if there is no negative ramification, that's a little bit concerning to me. Can I share with you why? Because you're competing against people that they have 3 burning buildings and an enormous vision they want to accomplish. They're drivers. They don't have any other option than succeeding. Their tolerance floor is here. And with what you're saying right now, your tolerance floor is here. You can't accept staying in your situation. So the likelihood of you actually going through the obstacles is very low. And I don't think you're made for this. Because it's like you accept. From the sounds of it, it seems like it's fine if we just spend three years the exact same situation. Nothing will be really catastrophic, right? You know what I mean? I'm just challenging the guy. Would it be picture like, imagine the guy told me he has 1 kid, he has another kid on the way. Do you spend all the time with your kid that you would desire? No. Would it be okay? You'll sit okay with yourself if for the next 5 years you miss all the games, the birthdays, the events? Would that be okay? Are you the type of person who's willing to accept that? That's the type of conversation you guys need to have with these people. If you want to lead them, if you want to be remembered, if you just want to be nobody and just don't add any value to your life, then yes, just have a surface level conversation, have a nice conversation. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, the price is this. What do you want to do? You want to think about it? Yeah, no problem. Reach out when you're ready. If you want to just not be remembered, do that, and you do an amazing job. But if you truly want to have transformational conversations, we see the uncertainty and we attack it. Maybe. How do you mean by maybe? Possibly. What made you say that? What's behind that? Just so I'm curious. And again, I'm not that I'm angry or anything. It's just what you tolerate. These are your conversations. These are your calendar. What you tolerate, what's your minimum level of tolerance, is what you're going to allow to happen in your calls. Does that make sense? And the biggest one, of course, like the price is involved. Like I just don't accept that. Like you cannot sell me on time as a limitation. Circumstances, it's impossible. Why? Because I don't believe in it. In my soul. I that's not an argument for me. That's not a something that is acceptable. I don't have enough time. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? There's no way. So a lot of you guys, you're being sold on their limitations. You are being sold. Okay, they are selling you why they cannot do it. Does that make sense? And that needs to change, because then you're not helping them. All right. So, Frank, what do you got, my man?
Yeah, a little question on a challenge I had. I personally, had a problem by overcoming this. So one guy, I was digging in the questions. He was like surface level, like the call I sent you with another guy. And then I started asking him, he said, you know what, Frank, these questions are getting a little bit too personal. So,
Mhm.
I mean, and he was like that. And I was like, fuck,
Role
how can
play
I
with
handle
me.
that?
Yeah, tell me.
Okay. Okay.
Say that again.
You know what, Paulo? I get it, but
Wait. Where are we? Solution awareness, consequence.
that was in cause of inaction.
Okay, go.
You know what, Paulo? I get it. I get the 3 lions and all that, but I mean, this is getting a little bit too personal.
How do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit too personal for me. I mean,
Did I
you're
say
asking
anything
me.
that offend you or something?
Not really.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, we don't need to have this conversation, you know. But in order for me to really understand where you're at, I really need to understand what moves you, you know. And I know sometimes it can get a little bit personal. And if you feel that this is not the appropriate time to have this conversation, that's totally okay. That's totally fine. No worries. Maybe we can send you some resources and we can continue at a different level, right? Or maybe you're not even willing to go that deep, you know, with us, which is fine, you know. But one of the biggest prides that we take is our success rate, and one of the reasons why is because we understand really what moves people, so that we can hold them accountable to the higher standards required. So really, I would ask you, do you want to be held accountable to your higher standards required, so that you can become the person you want to become, or that's not something that you would sign up for? Totally up to you. What would you say?
Yeah, of course.
Role play. Just be a jerk.
Of course, yeah, I won, but sometimes these type of questions I don't like because I'm a shy person, right? I don't like to share details, in my
Yeah.
life. I just deal with it, right? I'm not
Yeah.
gonna wait until someone gives me a job just because, right? Just
Mhm.
work.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. Now, the way we work with people is really, really understanding where they want to go and why that is important for them, so that we can, fully invest in them, and just that's how we do it. So I guess, like, what kind of level of help are you considering, getting into? It's just like information, but not really high level of accountability of coaching. What are you looking for? Just so I can help you.
Oh, you're right. Especially when we were talking about, the discipline and all those things. I believe that's something I'm looking forward to. So
You're looking forward to, how do you mean? What are you looking for? Sorry, didn't get you.
yeah, for the discipline, for the accountability.
Yeah, so accountability only can happen if I know what's truly important to you, because I can hold you accountable to those standards. All we're doing right here, right now, is trying to understand what are your standards. To see, first of all, if you have a good quality of standards or very, very poor quality of standards, so that I can help you. But how I'm going to be able to help you if I don't know what quality of standards are we talking about? And again, you don't need to have this conversation with me. It's fine if you don't want to share it, but if you don't want to expose your level of standards, I don't think we can help you. I don't think we are your champs. Maybe I can send you some references that somewhat that can help you on a more surface level without having to go so deep. If that's what you're looking for, that's totally fine. Like, we cannot help everybody. So whatever you prefer.
That's great.
I'm not going to play any games here. This is my arena, and in my arena, we go deep and we just bring the truths. That's why I don't want you to be nice, because being nice, that doesn't do anything for you. Hey, how's it going? Thank you for taking the time to hop on this call, because your time is more important than mine. So thank you. It's like, what in the world? You know what I mean? And yeah, how's everything going over there? Yeah, I get it. Yeah. I don't want you to be nice, guys, because if we're going to be leaders, we're going to have difficult conversations. Yes or no?
Yes.
If we're going to be leaders, we're going to have to put them outside of the comfort zone. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we know we're going to have a serious conversation. That conversation is coming. They're going to freak out. They're going to shit in their pants, pee in their pants, and we're going to be there to just still hold them accountable. Oh, no, it's coming. So what's the point of us saying, yeah, no worries. We're friends. We're friends. And then all of a sudden, boom, we are the big brother. They're gonna feel betrayed. They're gonna feel, why are you doing this to me? You were my friend. Just don't do that from the beginning. Don't try to be their friend from the beginning, because it's just stay in that doctor frame, in that expert frame, and don't just it's not helpful for you at all. Is this making sense? Is this being helpful, guys? Let me know. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let me move through these. One of the things that I want to cover is how to react to these statements from the prospects. A lot of you might have this question. Well, first, number one, never say prospect in front of a prospect. Okay, this is an internal thing. Never say, yeah, when I talk with prospects or when I speak with prospects, like, you never say prospect on a call, say people. Okay. And then what do we do when someone says, for example, oh, this is getting deep. This is getting deep. That's a deep question. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, this is like a therapy or what? That's a therapy question. Blah, blah, blah. So they say things that reveals that they are aware of what you're doing, or they are sort of like being a little bit hesitant. Have you ever heard of those statements? Have you have those statements in your calls? Yes or no? Or maybe it's, hey, what's going on? Why is this question even relevant, right? Or have you watched Cole Gordon content or Jeremy Miner, because the questions you are saying are very similar? Have you that situation? So what's going on there? I really want you to first understand what's going on. What's going on is that they're feeling uncomfortable, and because they are feeling uncomfortable, they are trying to put the focus out of them. Let's just put the spotlight towards someone else because I'm getting uncomfortable. Just turn the camera, just point to someone else. Oh, that's a Jeremy Miner question, right? Ha, ha, ha. That's what's going on there, okay? So what we need to do is we take the light and we just point at them again, because who is the main character in this conversation? What is this conversation all about? About us or about them? Them. So they say, oh, this is getting too deep, too personal. Ignore it. Ignore it. Just act as your thing just broke. Sorry, I didn't get you. So what I was saying is that what happens if nothing changed? Just completely ignore it. Sorry, didn't quite get you. Let me rephrase the question again. Completely ignore it. Of course, if they just kind of ask you a question, is this a Jeremy Miner question? Sorry, I didn't quite get you. What was that? Is this a Jeremy Miner? Where's that? What's behind that? Not sure if I get you. Oh no, I just noticed that you're asking a question. Oh yeah, no worries. Well, what was your situation again? Not sure if you shared that, maybe, So it's like completely ignore it, diffuse, and boom, just go again. Just put the focus back on them. You don't even need to answer that. Let me know if this is helpful, okay? When they say these things, oh, this is getting deep, ha 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 ha. It's just like that ha, that nervous smile, ha ha, this is getting deep, ha 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 ha. Poker face. Sorry, what was that? Do you want me to rephrase the question again? No, I got it. So yeah, blah blah blah, whatever that might be. Do you know what I mean? It's just we are going to have difficult conversations with people. It's part of what we do. It's part of being a leader. They're going to get uncomfortable. So we need to learn. We need to, first of all, be aware that uncomfortable situations, we're going to be in uncomfortable situations. It's part of what we do. And we need to learn to sit and be calm, chill, and relaxed when they're freaking out on their end, because that's what they need. They need certainty and clarity. You with me, guys? So they're freaking out and you're like oak tree energy. Yeah, no worries. People are going to cry in front of you. It's going to happen. People are going to cry in front of you and they're going to say sorry because they're getting emotional. It's going to happen. You're going to touch the fiber, their emotions. So what do you do when someone is crying in front of you? You just, oh shit. No, you just need to give them what they need. Hey, that's okay. That's normal. Let it go. That's fine. It's perfectly fine. It's okay. And give them the space, hold the space, let them cry, let them put it all out. Command them, This requires a lot of courage, showing up here and just being willing to share what's important to you. So kudos to you, Natalie. You're doing amazing. You're doing well. Really, really well. Let me know once you're ready and we can continue. Take your time. She's okay, sorry. No, I'm better now. You're good. So should I rephrase the question? Yeah, let's continue. Okay. Boom. Yeah. Okay, cool. And the last thing that I wanted to do is do a quick call review on something specific, kind of like to wrap up this training on BS. Okay, which is Frank call that you sent me. Okay, we're gonna put it here because I want you to see this behavior. I want you to see this behavior and how we cannot buy into this behavior. Okay, let me see if I can find the time real quick, and I will just share that. If you have any questions, put it in the chat. No, this is not a call from Frank. This is a call from Brian, sorry. So Brian goes for the kill, doesn't work. Now he's going for a down payment. Okay, just so you understand the situation.
Okay.
I do just like pretty much a program just to learn the skill.
Yeah. But with that as well, you also will still get the accountability. You'll still get the onboarding call with your coach, and you still have recordings and access to being able to role play with students. So you're still able to actually practice your skills as an appointment setter with other students in the program. Okay.
Yeah.
So
And
with that,
how much is that one?
yeah. So with that, rather than it being 5,800, which is obviously the main program, that's actually a one-time payment of 997 USD.
997 USD. Okay.
So that puts you in a more in a better position for you to actually start the journey without going full in. Because either way, like I said, you're going to
So that wasn't a statement. Okay, he said, so that will put you in a better place to be able to start in. If we say it is what? Is a lie. If they say it is what? True. So I wouldn't say it. I would ask them, would that put you in a better place to make progress towards becoming an appointment setter? Or how do you feel? They say, yes, that will be better for sure.
start with phase one anyway, one way or another. And there are two things that can come as a result.
Because you're going to start with phase one, either way, one or another. So this is a way for you to get started. This is him convincing. He's convincing. He's trying to push a belief. You don't want to do that. You ask the questions and they sell you on why that is a good idea.
Of joining NAS Minor is that you, number one, can actually start looking for positions already after a
Convincing.
month or so once you've
Convincing.
done the program. And if you land a position, Jonathan, well,
Blah, blah, blah.
in your time to take,
Blah, blah, blah.
It's-
Okay.
also making sure that we are providing you with, and
Yeah.
that's the step that I feel for you would be the best.
That's the step that I feel would be the right step. That's my opinion. So we're going to do what I think is best. Okay? Convincing. That's convincing.
So that you can start making progress today.
Paul,
Would
if
that
I
put you
can
in a
add
more
something there.
powerful
maybe?
position, I suppose?
And now he asks, would that put you in a more powerful position after I've said, this is what we should do? Would that put you in a more powerful position? No, 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 no. You just facilitate the process. They come up with the answers.
to actually start making
Now,
progress
I want you to look at the prospect. Look at the freaking prospect, the energy and everything.
towards your goal so that you can essentially
I mean, it does sound good, but honestly, I would want to go for the full program.
Tell me what he said. What did he say? Were you paying attention, yes or no?
Yes.
I mean,
He said he-
Oh, go ahead, bro.
no, well, I mean, you're talking
Someone,
about
I don't
you're talking
care.
about Jonathan, right? Yeah, he said he wanted to go for the full program.
What did he say?
He wanted to go for the full program. He said, sounds good, honestly, but uncertainty.
Yes,
With
exactly.
the
Let's just see that again. It's very important that you just grasp what uncertainty looks like and feels like from the other end. It's very, very important. Pay close attention to these guys, please.
You know, the fire up.
Okay, let me just go back.
if you want to upgrade, then you know what the amount will be, and then you can come up with a way to actually pay the amount at some point, right? The sum amount for you to upgrade. So what difference is
yeah.
it for today and later on? Is it just the time, or
Oh,
would
hold
that
on,
put
hold
you in a
on.
more powerful position, I suppose, for you to actually
Here.
start making progress towards your goal, so that you
Pay attention.
can essentially
I mean, it does sound good, but honestly, I would want to go for the full program. You know,
You guys got it? Can someone imitate this state, this mental state? Can someone chime in and just be this guy? Jonathan? Come on, you can do it, guys.
Okay.
Oh,
Uh,
I thought you were calling Jonathan Zamorano.
No, the guy's called Jonathan Avalos.
Yeah. I know.
So-
I know. It
so-
was my brain.
Who can play this guy? Play it. Just say what he said, please.
Yeah, you know, it sounds good, but I'd rather go with the full program.
Okay, Tato, play it. Do it yourself.
Yeah, it sounds good, but I'd rather go for the full program.
Justin, go for it.
Uh, yeah, that sounds good, but I'd rather go for the full program.
You guys getting it 100%. Trey, you go.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good, but honestly, I think I'd be interested in the full program.
Amazing. Who's?
Yeah, that sounds good, but still feel like I should go for the real program.
That's how lack of clarity looks like. That's how stepping outside of the comfort zone looks like. Discomfort looks like. It's it's like this horrible energy. All right. That we are not going to buy into, because there's nothing good there. Nothing good has come from there, from someone acting that way. Do you feel that Michael Jordan, in the last minute, in the last play of the game, losing by 2, do you feel he's thinking, yeah, I'm not sure if I should ask for the ball and shoot? Do you guys feel he's thinking and he's in that state? Yes or no? In which state is he? What do you think is going in his mind?
I'm gonna kill it. That's the attitude.
Give me the ball. Like,
there you go. It's pass me the fucking ball. Don't look to anybody else. I'm fucking carrying this team to the win. Just give me the fucking ball ASAP. That's him. And that's what creates change. So you're not selling them on a product. You're selling them a state. You need to put the guy in that state, because in that state, he will just do anything. Does that make sense? So it's like, how can I get this guy from, I just rather go for the full program to, you're right, Frank, dude, I just need to break that pattern right now. Otherwise, it's going to keep just imprisoning me. I don't know. I'm just making words up, but it's just going to keep keeping me stuck. You're right, dude. I just got to break a pattern right here, right now, 100%. That's the state that we got to turn this guy into. You guys following me? Let's keep watching.
5801. 5801. But like I said, right now I think the smart decision is to wait until next month once I have the whole amount. Because even if I join the other program right now, I'm not gonna be able to focus for the next 30 days because I'm traveling again to the US in 4 days.
Not sure if you're getting it, but he's saying if I join right now, I'm not gonna be able to focus on the next blah 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 days because I'm not traveling again. Blah blah blah. What is this? What am I hearing now? What am I hearing?
Smoke.
What am I hearing here?
Uncertainty.
This is excuses.
Excuses.
Excuses. It's just even if I join, I'm not gonna put the full time because I'm traveling, blah blah blah, right? And really what he's doing is selling you on why he cannot do it. He's selling you on why he cannot do it. Let me see. No worries, brother. You're good. It's fine.
For 2 weeks and a half, and then I'll be back here. Then once I'm back, then I will be able to focus on it.
Once I'm back, then I will be able to focus after my travel, right?
Time.
So what difference is it for today and later on? Is it just the time, or?
Mainly just the time, because at my other job I'm working like so long hours, and we have trainings every day, and then training calls at night. So that's like the only thing that I can do during those 2 weeks. Once I'm off and back, then I'll have 2 weeks off, and then I'll be able to focus on that.
Okay. So,
and most likely having the
now Brian is fuck. What do I do, man? Gosh, this guy is unselling himself. He's just leaning out.
So
yeah. So to be honest,
I want to go
Jonathan,
in.
That's a bit of a concern for me, because can I share why?
Okay, so he kind of like was able to say it's a little bit of a concern with me, but guys, I would just cut this guy in the middle of a sentence. Okay, so help me understand. So what you're saying is right now you're going through a difficult situation. There's circumstances in the way preventing you from just being all in. Yeah, got it. So what I'm hearing is that once you're able to go all in is when you will be ready to just kind of like start a game. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just take control. Don't let this guy go for this rant of why he cannot do it. As soon as you get the information, and okay, I understand that. I totally get where you're coming from. Now, that being said, I think that's gonna be a little bit of a concern when it comes to you becoming the father that you want for your family. I'm just making stuff up. Can I share with you why? Yes, why? Because there's not such a thing as perfect conditions forever. There's not a button or a moment where now for 3 years, nothing's going to happen. You're not going to move. Nothing's going to happen with your family. Circumstance is going to be perfect conditions. That doesn't exist. Life is a constant what? It's a constant up and down. So this is just one travel, but are you married? No. Okay, you're going to get married, right? So you're going to have a wedding. You're going to travel. You're going to have a kid. There's things that are going to happen. And now you know what I do from here, right? That's part of one of our reframes, circumstances, becoming a victim of your circumstances, of blah, 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 blah. And guys, has anybody thought, dude, if this guy is so busy, if this guy is putting so many excuses, why is he even in the call in the first place? Like, why you didn't even book a call if like you cannot do anything? Like, you guys are seeing what's going on. It's just the monkey brain trying to just prevent this guy from making a decision that puts them outside of the comfort zone. And that's exactly why we cannot tolerate this. Because if we just say, yeah, you're right, just no worries, we're not adding value. We're just not adding any value. We're just being like everybody else. Does that make sense? So this is what I wanted you to see, this type of behavior, this type of energy, so you know what you don't accept.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because either way, you're gonna go through phase one anyway.
Yeah, so now Brian is just, trying to just solve it in his own way, and that's okay, because that's what we are here for, to train and learn how can we just get them out of that state. Okay, but the first thing is awareness, is being able to recognize where this guy is at, what's going on in the conversation, so that we can, create a plan around it. Okay, very, very important.
And you can start the journey now. And if time is the only issue, then you will still commit to this. You will still have the same issue next month, even when you're already doing that 4.0.
Well, the thing is that I'll be able to jump in right away.
What do you mean?
So once I join the program, I'll be able to focus, 100% of my time and effort into it. Now, okay, I'm going to do this for the next 2 days, and then the third day I'm stopping because I'm traveling, and then I'll be up, unable to pretty much join the work for the next 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that mean that after 2 weeks you're not going to travel anymore in the next 6 months, and you're not going to move, and nothing's going to happen in terms of circumstances? Yeah, that's unrealistic, brother. Like, things are going to happen along the way. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's down to you, Jonathan. All I'm saying is that I really feel that either way, you're going to be hit with the same obstacle. It's just obviously saying to yourself when you're going to start this. And of course, if you can start this journey now, I feel like that's the better option, so that you can actually see.
I feel if you can start the journey now, that's a better option. Is that convincing or what is that? That's like super salesy in my eyes. I feel that if you just give me money now, that will be a better option. It's almost like that,
See, without going full in.
So we gotta attack the belief. Where's that belief coming from? It's coming from a place of, I'm only gonna move if conditions are perfect. If I'm 100% in, I'm the type of guy that if I'm not 100% in, I'm not gonna do it. Well, okay. And is that how you've made decisions through your entire life? Yeah. And are you happy where you're right now? No, that's why I'm on this call. Well, have you ever considered that way of thinking has kept you trapped in your situation? Because that's concerning to me. Can I share why? Is that okay? And boom, again, doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. And you have the reframes, you have the words, it's just putting in the training. But you got to see this. You have to see this. And you have to train your eye to see this energy, because this energy is going to show up in discovery. It's going to show up in presentation. It's going to show up in the temp check. It's going to show up in objection handling. So I want you to develop this pattern recognition, okay? Because that's how you just completely change the game in your conversations. It's like, dude, you booked this call. You don't have to have this conversation for me if you don't want to. Here's where I'm coming from. And that's why I'm deploying this process. If you don't want to follow my process now, what makes me feel and what gives me the security that you're going to follow my process then? You're automatically auto disqualifying yourself by not be willing to follow my process now. Too personal? It's too personal. You want someone that is not too personal, that doesn't go all the way in with you, knows exactly what you're doing, what you want to do. Is that what you're looking for in terms of help? Then I'm not your champ. I'm just not your guy. And that's, guess what? That's totally okay. It has to be everything for everybody. Okay. Again, one of the biggest things as well, I might sound super angry or something like that. I don't act like this on calls. Okay. Because that create combative scenario. Okay. So in a call, you're chill, you're relaxed, and you're compassionate. It's compassion. Like, yeah, I hear you, man. So it sounds like there's a lot of turbulence over there with the travel and whatnot. Yeah, I hear you. Now, that being said, one thing you mentioned is you said, if I do something, I do 100%. Otherwise, I don't do it. Is that what you said? Yeah. Got it. And is that how you've always done things? Yes. Got it. Okay. That's a little bit of a concern to me, John. That might kind of like prevent you from, being the father, building the family you want. Can I share that? Can I share with you why? That's my energy. You see, that's kind of like my natural energy in a call, more caring, more curiosity based, not kind of like challenging. Just so you know, you're clear now, Paulo. I'm not like with you in these meetings. I'm talking to you. You know what I mean? But in the call, it's just chill down, transferring calmness, certainty, clarity. But I'm still talking and I'm still challenging you. Life, circumstances are always going to get in the way, man. It's just right now you're traveling, 3 weeks, something happens, God, we don't like this to happen, but maybe there's something with family member, you need to take care of them, or the car breaks and now you have to commute 2 more hours. Like, life is always going to happen, and it's in these very moments where we get to shape our identity and how are we going to deal with adversity and circumstances. And there's only 2 types of people in this world: the people that allow circumstances to get in the way, therefore they become a victim of their circumstances, or people that, despite the circumstances, they find a way to put one foot in front of the other. Now, when you think about this, John, what do you feel will put you in a better place to be able to be that father and that example you want for your kids? Allowing circumstances to get in the way, or putting one foot in front of the other despite the circumstances? What do you feel? Yeah? I'm not trying to just get my point across. I'm presenting a case and asking them, what do you feel? Yeah, putting one foot in front of the other. But why, though? Why would you put one foot in front of the other when 99% of people is just, no, I would just allow circumstances to get in the way or to prevent me from making progress? Why would you do that different? Why would you behave differently than everybody else? Now, he has to what? He has to defend the position. Because this is important to me, because but okay, so if there was a way in which we could find a pathway for you to, despite the traveling and everything, or all the other things are going to come, in 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, you still making progress, do you feel that will give you enough momentum so that is inevitable for you to hit $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 per month? Or how do you feel? Yeah, it would. Now I'm doing you a favor. Okay, so let me see if I can help you. We have a process for that, that can allow you to leverage putting one foot in front of the other, building momentum, as opposed to becoming a victim of your circumstances. Would it be helpful if I walk you through it? Yeah. Go ahead, Trey.
So just to make an observation, it sounds like the type of challenge that we want to assert here is that if they say that they need this to happen or this to happen, and then they can be all in, we can kind of reaffirm that and say, based on what you were telling me, it sounds like you're saying that you need the perfect circumstances for you to take action. And then
in this example, he said that. He said something along the lines, so I'm going to use their words. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you could label. It sounds to me, and correct me if I am wrong, that you're kind of like in a position where, you're willing to do it, but only when, you're 100%.
The circumstances are best.
Yeah, or you are 100% in. You can label, that's fine, but just ask questions so they tell you in their own words, because it's more powerful if you use their words.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. Quick round. Who has a call at the top of the hour that needs to go? Okay. So if you need to bounce, bounce. Fine. Okay. Because I know it's one call after the other is too much. So if you need to bounce, bounce. The other guys, round of takeaways. What have we learned today?
You know what? I think I go back to, because I was working at a big hierarchy and I was holding everyone accountable, managers, supervisors, and even representatives. But you kind of like go back to that authority mindset in which, what guys, what are you talking about? Of course, not saying it like this, but I mean, you're hearing this call for a purpose. And it's, I was watching some videos as well. When someone goes to a car shop or whatever that's called, they're looking to buy something, or at least, to get into a deal, right? So we gotta assume that as well. And when they try to go back to, no, you know what, I'm leaning out, bye. We're like, hey man, I mean, I thought you were saying you wanted to, change your life, right? So kind of like guiding them with authority. That's like my main takeaway. And it's something that keeps on making me tighter to the process, right? To the final purpose of it.
Yeah. Love it, brother. What else do we have?
I'll share real quick. I think this was just a really great crash course on how to recognize uncertainty and actually probing past, not just taking the first no and just moving past it. It's been a little while since I've just been in this kind of mindset. So it's really nice to have some word tracks and some language we can use to just go take some steps back, review what are their, principles, what is really of value to them, and then bring that to the issues they've talked about and kind of make that contrast to each other.
Love it. One of the things that I'm seeing in the calls, in general, not in these calls in particular, is like one of the main goals for me on this meeting was to help you guys recognize uncertainty, because the biggest mistake is not seeing it in the first place. So then because we don't see it, we just keep going, and even we go past the price drop. And that's the problem. If you just drop the price with someone in the wrong state, you're just complicating your life 10x. You're complicating your work 10x. So one of the things that I do as a closer is, dude, we are not going into the price drop until you show me and you demonstrate to me that you are 100% in with this freaking vehicle and 100% in with yourself. It's because I know that if you have this bit of uncertainty going into the price drop and you don't take care of that, when you share the price, this just expands 10x. When you share the price, it just triples, quadruples in amount. Does that make sense? So that's why we gotta just tie everything down in the temp check, because we know they're gonna get a kick of fear is gonna kick in. Like, we know it's gonna happen, right? So that's why it's like I double tie down, triple, quadruple, if needed. And it's just like I'm very, very cautious with dropping the price if I don't have full certainty. Okay. So yeah, Guido, do you have anything before we wrap it up?
I think the most important thing is observe their reactions. Like when Brian went into his first speech, the reaction from him was, yeah, was that. So just from that, it's not working. If his face is not lighting up, he's not like actually considering what you're saying. Everything you're saying is just coming one ear and going out the other one. And they're just waiting for you to finish. Oh, the sales guy is just giving me the speech for them to say, I'm not interested. They're not listening to you. So that's why a question is disarming, because it's like, oh, I was not expecting that. So they actually pay attention because it's a pattern disrupt.
Also, expectations. Don't go into objection handling. Don't go into this freaking call. Don't go into the price drop expecting no resistance.
Yeah.
Because then you're shooting yourself in the foot. Don't do that, guys. Expect all the resistance in the world. Expect it. Okay, it's okay. I'm gonna drop the price. This guy's gonna get uncomfortable and he's gonna give me a fear-based statement. Give it to me. Come on. I'm waiting for it. I'm giving you the space. Go with that intention. Okay, this guy is gonna sell me on why he cannot do it right now. Okay, so the price is 5,800. What do you got? Of course, I'm not gonna say this, but my mind is, give it to me. I'm already in the fourth loop in my head, right? And if the guy says, "All right, let's do it," then you go, okay, let's see. It seems like there's no. Let's see. Okay, he pay. Oh, look, he paid. Oh, okay. Let me sign him up. All right. Okay.
Good price. Yeah.
Boom. Right? But expect a resistance. Expect, because it's your time to shine. You know, it's your time to become a leader. Guys, if all the calls is like, yeah, where do I pay? Yeah, here. You're a cashier at that point. You're an order taker. It's just like we can put a monkey and he will do the same thing, you know? So these moments are the moments that gives us value as leaders. You know, we take someone from uncertain to certain, and because of that, boom, they bet on themselves. And you can't do it. I know, that's why you're here. Although I put you here, what the fuck? You know, and I know every single one of you can do it. So let's go for it and let's change some lives, okay?